Hi Scorpio, welcome to Mystic Morpho. First, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, to all of you who have liked, shared, commented on my previous videos. I really do appreciate all the support. I will be doing a love reading for you guys for the first half of February, so the dates will be February 1st to the 15th. I had a little bit of an accident over the weekend. I broke both of my wrists snowboarding, so shuffling, needless to say, is a little bit of a challenge, so I'm going to be doing a slightly different shuffle for you guys today. I will be using the Art of Life Tarot deck by Charlene Livingstone, pulling 3 cards from the deck to get the overall energy and then to get the overall message, and then looking at the bottom of the card for a little bit more clarity. And then at the end, I will pull 1 card from the Romance Angels Oracle deck by Doreen for one more further message regarding your situation. Please keep in mind that these messages are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. That being said, please be sure to check out your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign, as you may find a little more clarity there depending on your situation. And thank you all so much for being here today. Again, I would shuffle a little bit better if I could, but I know that especially with Valentine's Day coming up, you want to get a little more clarity in love for this month. So I didn't want to delay on getting these readings out to you guys. So so just bear with me for probably the next month or so. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. Spirit, angels, guides, saints, what messages do you have for the lovely sign of Scorpio for the first half of February? In love, lovely sign of Scorpio. What messages do you have regarding love for the lovely sign of Scorpio? Love. First half of February, 2019, February 1st to 15th. Thank you. I do read these cards in the upright. I normally do read reversals, but for the time being, okay. All right, you have the 5 of Cups. Better by far you should forget and smile than that you should remember and be sad. You have the 4 of Swords. My sun sets to rise again. You have the 8 of Wands. Nothing ever is, but all things are becoming. All things are the offspring of flux and motion. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Lovers. The heart has reasons that reason cannot know. All right, so Scorpio, I feel I'm getting from this is that I feel like you're still kind of dwelling a little bit on a past relationship or past person that you were dealing with. And traditional tarot, you have the 5 of Cups here, and this woman, she looks like she's thinking on something. She's kind of seen it as you're kind of remembering the good times with someone, and it's hard when if something has ended recently. Sometimes we only want to focus on the good things. And that's what causes more pain for us, is that you tend to overlook the negative. Like you don't want to necessarily dwell on the negative parts of it, but sometimes by doing so, you start to see why the things happen the way they did, like why whatever this relationship or whatever the situation, why it needed to end. And we have free will, and but sometimes spirit helps us through these situations and giving us these. A lot of it's about having these lessons here on earth that, when you're really looking for a good, solid relationship, or someone, a loving partner, your soulmate, we sometimes think that the people we're with were, and, soulmates, it all differs, right? The belief I have and many people have is that soulmates, it's not even just, the romantic feeling. It can also be, a sibling, a parent, a cousin, a friend. we have many soulmates within this lifetime. But the feeling I'm getting is that this one individual person, you're just really still hung up on them. And I'm being called to say, like, yes, it's good to remember the good times, but also, just to kind of remember some of those times where, like, maybe it wasn't so good, because it shows you why you had to go through that lesson, why you had to go through that situation, because it helps you prepare, it helps you, pave a better path forward of knowing what you want and what you really need in a relationship. And I feel like, perhaps at the beginning of February, you're starting to take this time out for yourself. You're doing that. Like, you're thinking on, you've kind of gone through the emotional part of it. And now it's more of an analytical thing that's coming forward, where you're starting to think about, what was it that went wrong? Like, why did this happen? What was it about this person that drew me to them in the first place? Maybe it was a matter of overlooking some red flags, or there were some things that you kind of let slide a little bit in the beginning. And I feel like you're finally letting it go. You're finally coming to terms with it, giving yourself a little bit of this break. And, what's interesting is that I feel like by doing so, you really open yourself up to new love coming in. The eight of wands is that, people, we often say it's like Cupid's arrows, right? Like, you've done that inner work, you've done that inner searching, you've done that healing that you've really needed from this past situation. And now it's almost like you're overwhelmed with options. You're overwhelmed with communication. Perhaps you've just, perhaps you took this time out, and now maybe you're getting back on a dating site, or you've started to put yourself out there. You started to talk to friends, like, look, I'm available again, or even I feel like some of your friends are even coming to you and being like, look, like, let's go out, let's do some things, let's cheer you up, Scorpio. I feel, and it's good, like, Scorpio, you guys are very loyal. You feel very deeply for people, and when your hearts get broken, it takes some time to heal. It's hard to let these things go, especially if you felt like there were good memories, there were good times there. And, and not to say, like, it's good to also honor those, because those are positive times in your life. When you look back, it's always wanting to remember the good things too. But know that there are still good things on the horizon. There are still good things coming in for you, and they'll come in sooner than you think. Right now, I think you're still sort of in this feeling of, like, kind of feeling upset about the past, of what has just transpired. But again, with that Five of Cups, in the traditional tarot, the guy's focusing on spilled milk. But you have the Two of Cups right behind you. You have an opportunity behind you. And sometimes it's just taking a break. It's taking a time to pause, to reset. And then you realize, like, those opportunities are there for you, and they're coming in very quickly. They are coming in very quickly. And the good news for you, Scorpio, is that love is here. You have the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck. This is the overall energy for the situation. Love is on the horizon. It's coming in, but it's about taking the time to do the work to really release that, because you also don't want to build positivity on negativity, right? You want to clear this out so whatever comes in can be fresh, and you can honor it for what it is. It might be a Gemini coming in. You may have a fire sign, so it may be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries coming in. You may also have an air sign, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius coming in. Gemini again. So, but that being said, don't necessarily focus on the signs. We all have different elements in our our natal chart, and we all can exhibit different parts of the elements as well. So, but that being said, I think it's a matter of this is your sign to fully release what you've been dwelling on, and if it's a matter of feeling called to say, like, if it's one of those ceremonies of, like, parting ways, like, if you write down some things about this person, and then you burn that piece of paper, like, just something where it's like it's a releasing ceremony where you're helping clear the space. Perhaps you might still have things of theirs, some possessions in your apartment or your house that belong to this person. If it's a matter of giving those things back, or it's just to help kind of clear your mind so you're not constantly reminded of this person, because it's hard to start something fresh. It's hard to bring something new in when we're still in the past, right? You want to be in the present, because, and what's coming is something solid, something positive, something new, something fresh, and it will come very quickly, so long as you release the old, you take this time for yourself to understand what it was, and part of this Four of Swords energy is also feel like setting those intentions, changing your mindset, like what was it about this person that did you wrong, or what was it that was, misunderstood in that situation, or whatever it was. If they did you wrong in some way, how did that happen, kind of thing. Like what was it about that person that maybe you overlooked, or that it was just a quality that they had, or something to that effect, that you're coming at. What I love about this for you, Scorpio, is now you're learning and you're coming to this next level. You're leveling up, is how I want to say it, in that you've grown, you've learned from the situation, and now this next situation is going to be that much better because you've understood what you went through in the past, and it will come in that much more quickly for you because you've set those intentions. You're able to spot some of those red flags, some of those things earlier on, so you don't have to go through it again. You've broken this sort of cycle that you've been in, and that's how you're bringing new love into the situation. That's how this person will come into your life, is through releasing that negative, releasing the past, giving yourself time to process. And again, if it's, if you're still feeling like, you're done with love, I've been reading a few comments and people are just, I never want to feel like, because we all deserve love, right? It is ours for the taking if we let it, if we stay positive, if we stay focused. And believe me, there's plenty of relationships that cause us to doubt the integrity of everyone that we meet, but not everyone is out there to harm us. Not everyone is out there to hurt us. So what I want to say for you, Scorpio, is stay positive with this. Stay positive, stay true to who you are and what you want, and Spirit will provide that for you, okay? It's not ours to question when or where, right? It's more about how we question, what am I doing? How am I letting this happen? And who do I want in my life, right? So I'm going to pull one card for you guys from the Romance Angels Oracle deck. Spirit, angels, guides, saints, what messages do you have for the lovely sign of Scorpio for the first half of February 2019? February 1st to the 15th in love. Lovely sign of Scorpio. Of codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so Scorpio, this is a call for you. I think, it's hard to move on from someone when you feel like the chemistry might have been very strong. You may have felt really connected to this person. Again, this is where you take those lessons, where you need to take that time to process what it was about the situation, about this relationship that maybe wasn't in your highest good. And I feel as though within this Four of Swords moment for yourself, this is where you start to feel, you feel strong again in yourself, feeling that independence, because that will make you so much more attractive, in the sense that knowing that you don't necessarily need this person. You don't, it's the hardest thing, is to cut off someone when you've really developed a strong bond with them. And it may be that they have been kind of holding this situation with you as well. Like that's why it's so hard to let some people go, is because it's a combination. It's, it's a relationship. It's a two-way street. It's not just a one-way street in these relationships, in the sense that this person may also be holding on to you. And so it's a matter of cutting those cords, cutting those ties that bind, in the way that, you feel like you're so dependent on them for your happiness. And by giving space to the situation, honoring, it's like, when you finally let this go, you'll realize it's almost like the sun comes out, right? That's the feel I'm getting, is that as soon as this is fully released, and it will take time. Don't get me wrong. These things are never easy, and it doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time, and it's hard. It's a painful process. So, I fully understand that. And the guidance I'm being told to share, though, with you, Scorpio, is that the reason, perhaps the reason this just did not work for you is to the fact that it was too codependent, that you needed You yourself are living your own soul's journey, and you need to feel strong in what you're doing. And same for this person, same goes for this other person. And this new person that's coming in, this new energy, they will value you for your independence, for the fact that you're strong, for the fact that you have boundaries, you have your intentions set, you know what you want, and you're not going to settle for less. That's what's going to make you so much more attractive to this person. And that's what's truly going to bring in a long-lasting love for you, Scorpio. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching today. If this resonated with you, please give me a like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys mid-February for the mid-month readings. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you soon.